Are you looking for an overview of the Almaden Valley market as of February 2020? Did January start off strong? And which direction do I think the market is headed? Well, we're going to dig into that today. Hi, I'm Theresa Wellman with homeownerexperience.com, a San Jose, California realtor who lives in Almaden Valley and is passionate about Almaden Valley real estate. So today we're going to look at the metrics and the sales that have happened in January 2020 compared to the last 4 Januaries. So let's go ahead and get into the computer and take a look at the charts. Okay, here we are at the Almaden Valley single family home chart. This is looking at data since January 2015 all the way through January 2020. So I want to point out a couple different things. This yellow line is our inventory, which peaked in July and then drastically dropped, as you can see, to a really low December, lower than we've had in a while, except for that December 2017, and only slightly increased in January. Prices, because of this supply and continued good sales, if you look at sales relative to last year, we were definitely much higher with closed sales in January. So those prices, because of supply and demand and some multiple offers, prices rebounded. So the big question is, will those prices continue to increase for the spring? Let's go ahead and over to my website. Okay, here we are at Market Stats Almaden Valley Real Estate Trends. And if you scroll down, you get the actual raw data for Almaden Valley. The median price was up to 1.66 million and the average price 1.663. So very close, those two numbers. 14 sold in January, meaning those were in contract in December, which is the lowest sales month, very typical seasonally. But pending properties were way up. Now that's unusual. We don't expect sales to really jump up that quickly, so that's a really good sign of the market. And active homes stayed really low at just 15 homes available. So the days of inventory is about 32 days. That's a very strong seller's market. And if we scroll down here to the market barometer chart, you see that we had some really strong momentum in December, which is kind of what really popped those prices up, but still good energy here in January. So it's going to be interesting to see how that moves forward. But if our days of inventory stays low and our actual active inventory or available home supply stays low, I guarantee with today's buying opportunities, with interest rates and good jobs in the area, that people will continue to make offers and homes will sell with multiple offers for a while, pushing prices up. So yes, that is my prediction. Let's go back to my slides here quickly, and I want to show you a quick comparison of Januaries of the past in Almaden Valley. So here's a chart comparing January 2020 and 2019, 2018, 2017. So what I really want to point out is I'm looking at a ratio of active to pending, or how quickly homes are selling versus how many are on the market. So I did a calculation here, just a ratio of pendings to active. So when we're over 1, that means the market is moving really quickly and we're selling more houses than we have on the market. That's a strong seller's market that's moving really quickly. So y'all know what happened in January 2008. We had a really sharp increase in prices in the spring through May, and in January 2018 we were at a ratio of 1.5. What I really want to point out is typical years like last year was half. So it was a very slow January. 2017 was an even January, but here we are again in January 2020 with a very strong ratio of 1.4. And personally, I can tell you that number is actually slightly skewed. There are more pending properties than displaying here, especially this month for some reason. I personally had 2 sell off market. I know other agents in my office that also had a couple go pending off market in January. So this number is slightly skewed and this ratio is actually higher, which means we definitely have a really hot market in Almaden. So brace yourself for a great spring. If you're considering selling, you need to be preparing your property today to get it on the market as soon as possible, but really no later than early April to hit the traditional price peak. If you'd like to learn more about that, check out my video called Best Time to Sell. I'll link it below and above. Thank you.